Leonidas. Drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And
Rana take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
It's like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Oh, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
that was really good.
Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator, and tonight we are indeed playing Heroes of the Storm. I am fixing the game category right now, and we've got a heroic division matchup between Vendetta and the Seven Rings. I was so excited. I was setting up my TFT stuff. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We're here to cast some heroes. It's going to be awesome. Right now, we've got 9 out of 10 players in our lobby. We'll be getting started as soon as we see our 10th player. But in the meantime, I get to tell you about all the cool stuff. This is my first stream back as a member of the Wildheart stream team. So thank you very much, Wildheart, for taking me on and letting me represent the brand. I'm appreciative of what you can do for me, and I hope that I can be a good representative for you. Cool extra thing that we've got also now is I've activated a community channel point challenge. It's my first time trying out one of these, so set a point goal, a 30-day goal. If you want to see a full 1-day playthrough of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, you want to throw some points into the pot, now is the time to do it. You can, activate that one-time super long stream. It's a thing you can do. Dudettes, Goon, Raka, welcome, welcome. Goon, thank you once again for the sub earlier. I appreciate it. Looks like we have our 10th, so while we can, let's go on over to the map select screen. Let's see what we see for our bans today. Vendetta, banning out Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity. We've got... sorry, hold on. We've got Seven Rings, banning away Alterac Pass and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we're going to be starting off on Infernal Shrines here for map number 1. Looks like we've already got some contributions. People have some bananas stored up towards the Hellblade stream. Got a long time to do it, don't worry. So if you don't got the points, you're saving up your points for something else, totally understand. That is a thing you can throw some points into, if you would like. If you give them the caster ready so they can go at their leisure. Bring it on back to me. There it goes. We're going to start off on Infernal Shrines, the penultimate starting map of a series. The ultimate starting map would be Dragonshire. Dragonshire is the best starting map. But Infernal Shrines is pretty good too. The Seven Rings did win the coin flip and opted for the map pick here. So they want that last pick opportunity. Vendetta is going to be first to act. See what SCH is cooking up for the bans. It's going to be Sylvanas. Banned away first here. Sylvanas, great split push. Can definitely enable the objectives and has just kind of slipped under the radar as one of the best, most versatile ranged assassins that we have right now. I don't think Sylvanas is broken in any particular way. I don't think Sylvanas lacks counterplay or is unfun to play against. Just a good hero. Junkrat, however. Junkrat banned away by the Seven Rings. Some people would say Junkrat is a scourge on the game. However, I think the last patch made the trap situation much more bearable. If you want that minion-ignoring trap, you only get one of them, and everyone decided, yeah, we still want two. We still want 2 traps, and everyone is kind of quieted down about the Junkrat outrage. Still very powerful, just due to the insane range and wave clear. And interruption. Garrosh going to be banned out here by Vendetta. Garrosh, some people don't know. Some people don't know. They think Garrosh would be bad on Infernal Shrines because of all those little monsters on the pit, but Garrosh can't actually throw monsters. So Garrosh has no trouble in those Infernal Shrines pits. We are going to see Lucio finally banned out here by the Seven Rings. This is a ban that has started to come up a little bit more often post-patch. Now that the very typey top picks got shaved back a little bit, the power of the constant cleanse is starting to be apparent here. Daniel-san locking in the Vala first pick. Vala still as strong as ever, and Vala is still one of the best range assassins for opening up your draft possibilities. You can go into double bruiser, you can go into double healer, or you can just add an extra ranged assassin next to the Vala. The only thing the Vala really, really demands is an active healer, because Vala can't, you know, the self-healing is not that great, requires a lot of attention. Blaze Hanzo going to be the response here from Cyrus and Crown. Blaze, another hero that has just sort of quietly remained at the S tier. Great control from the edge, can tank, can offlane, can do it all. And Hanzo trying to match that range, try to outrange Vala a little bit, but that does leave the Hogger Diablo up here for Zalgo Jack and Champ of Horde. So the Premier Bruiser goes over to Vendetta here. And Diablo is picked with the mid bands coming up next. We'll see if it's going to be the Tychus band here from Vendetta, or if they're not worried about the old Tychus. Champ of Horde, Diablo. Diablo. With Garrosh off the board, Diablo is a lot more playable as well. I will say that. I always have trouble into Garrosh as Diablo. I know you're supposed to hold your Q and move out and all that fun stuff, but I'm just not that good at the game. I'd rather just not play against Garrosh. What can I say? Stukov will be the ban here from the 7 rings, so continuing to choke down on the healer pool just a little bit here as that Tychus does hit the ban board for Vendetta. The most telegraphed ban of all time, but it's still a good one. Especially here on Infernal Shrines where that Commandeer Odin can really do some work. So, 7 rings. They don't have access to Sylvanas or Vala here to go along with this Hanzo. We'll see what they end up putting in that off position. We could still see a solo backline Hanzo. That is a possibility, and even more so now that Root Beer Guy has picked up the Brightwing and Avina Quaker going for the Muradin here. Leaving Squirrel to flex. We have usually seen Squirrel play a lot of ranged assassins. In terms of what's left, Lunara comes to mind, so we'll see if that comes to fruition here for the 7 rings. Vendetta, though, they need a healer and they need a flex of their own. So we'll see how they're looking to round out this draft. SCH is going to go for the Decker Diablo, very cool combo, and Diva actually going to hit the board here for Indigo Zap. Diva has been kind of thrown into obscurity lately. We're going to see a double bruiser setup here for Vendetta with a Vala on the back line, and there is going to be that Lunara there for Squirrel to round out the draft for the 7 rings. Looks like Zalgo Jack is moving over to the Diva. Indigo Zap is going to be on the Hogger. Everyone else is happy and healthy and ready to go. Fantastic. All right. So with that, we will start up our prediction. If you want to bet some bananas to throw into the Hellblade Challenge, or you just want to collect bananas because bananas are awesome, you can bet who's going to win. Vendetta is here on the left. The 7 rings is on the right. We've got a double bruiser draft versus the Lunara Hanzo on the right. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be spicy. Oh, don't crash. Okay, good. Okay. That was scary. That was scary. But we're okay. It blinked on me for a second, but we're all good. Let's get ready for game number 1 here. We're just loading on in. Looking at the 2 drafts, I think I like the double Bruiser Vala draft, but they're going to live and die on the objective. If they get split off, if they're late to the objective, they could have some trouble here versus the 7 rings, but we'll see how it turns out, as it looks like we are going to load in. We're so close. I almost timed it out perfect. So close. Well, let's get into the game. Here we go. It's game number 1. On the left in the blue, we have Vendetta. Champ of Horde is on Diablo. Zalgo Jack is playing the Diva. SCH on Deckard. Indigo Zap is on the Hogger. And we've got Daniel San on the Vala. On the right in the red, it's going to be the 7 rings. Squirrel on Lunara. Root Beer Guy's playing Brightwing. Cyrus is on the Blaze. Crown is on Hanzo. And Avina Quaker is playing the Muradin. Here we go. Game number 1 is underway in this heroic division matchup. I'm excited to get some heroic matchups this week. I've got another one tomorrow. It's Make sure you come on out for that as well. Checking on our level 1 quests. It's going to be the Journeyman cooking here for the Hogger. One for those dynamite stacks. Vala going for the multi-shot W quest on 1. And Hanzo with the scatter arrow W quest on 1 as well. The mid-wave clear will commence here as Zalgo Jack comes and clears in on the side. Gets that wave cleared up, and it's going to be a rotation started out here for Vendetta. Avina Quaker looking to cut off the rotation, but does get flipped over. The Deckard is not going to get the lockdown, but the chase continues. Avina Quaker does have the Dwarf Toss to ultimately get on out of here. Uh-oh, Danielson could be in trouble. There's Champa 4 trying to go for the peel. Is it enough? No! The shot from Brightwing is enough to secure the first kill of the game here for the 7 rings. Very nice collapse there. And now the bottom camp is going to be in play here for the 7 rings off of that kill. Very nicely done. Fit for a king GG. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show here. Bottom camp goes over to the 7 rings. Now we have the left side camp being started up by Vendetta. Looks like there's just going to be a little check with the Wisp. Not going to be an invade here. Zalgo Jack and Cyrus are fighting each other here on this rotation a little bit, so Avina Quake are going to go ahead and help out with that lane soak. Vendetta here on the bottom side getting this camp cleared away. That's going to open up the right side here for the 7 rings to go 2 for 1 on the bottom side camps. Cyrus taking a bit of a hit there, but the rest of the crew from Vendetta was rolling on in, so Blaze has to peel on out again. Pretty close to level 4s here. Avina Quaker jumps on in, but Indigo Zap has the Unstoppable to move away. As now the 2 camps in the mid are going to be pushing across from each other. Approaching the 2-minute 15, we're going to see Vendetta move on back to their Shaman camp, get that started. That is going to leave a little bit of space here. This camp is still very healthy in the mid. Champa Ford can reposition this if he's allowed to step up, and it looks like he is. Going to get one of those Khazra into range. There's the left side Shaman camp already started up here by Vendetta. Lunara over on the right is going to move on over there. As the Blossom Swell here on 4, so not going to be quite as fast clearing this away. Hanzo and Blaze are going to have to come and help this out. Squirrel actually taking some hits here, has to watch out. Going to let Hanzo tank this for a second. Right wing going to come on through, provide a little bit of heals, but a last-second Shaman camp capture should work out in the favor of the 7 rings, unless we see this this objective cleared very, very quickly by the side of Vendetta, which it looks like they're trying to do. They've already got 10 minions down on this point. Avina Quaker stunned in the corner there as Hogger has started the spin. Oh, nice root by the Deckard. Root Beer guy tried to get the cleanse, but it was a moment too late. And now Vendetta with the kill is going to secure a very quick objective here and allow D.Va to move on up to the top lane to deal with that Shaman camp. Crown in trouble there, avoids the Scroll of Sealing. There's enough healing from Root Beer guy. Get him on back to safety, but the double bruiser proving supreme here for Vendetta on our first objective. That is going to be critical for them in order to win this game. You see Diablo on the bottom side just trying to make sure that Vendetta doesn't fall too behind in the experience department. We're going to have a Frozen Punisher here in the mid for our first objective of the game. Gonna be jumped here. Avina Quaker trying to jump it over. Oh, Crown actually taking the majority of that damage. Has to use the natural agility to move away there, taking looked like nearly 90% of a health bar there. Cyrus on the edge is going to get pinned and rooted. Jet Propulsion was stumped. Oh, a big jump from the Punisher, and that's going to be it for Muradin, and now Cyrus in trouble as well. That's going to end up being a double kill here for Vendetta, taking full advantage of this early Frozen Punisher. Great job by Champa Ford recognizing that Blaze could be put into an extra CC position. And now Vendetta is going to get damage onto the keep wall here before the 5-minute mark. Very nice early game. Murden searching there. Champa Ford avoids the first, but is dismounted by the Lunar auto attack. See, Zalgo Jack was able to split to the bottom side and pick up this camp immediately for the side of Vendetta. We might see a camp invade here on the right, as Champa Ford is checking this out. Augur and Blaze on the top side. Continuing to battle against one another as level 10s are nearly here for Vendetta. They might have an opportunity to invade. Blaze and Augur are on their way to the mid now. There's the level 10s. Cyrus could be in trouble here. Oh, finds a jet propulsion angle. There is the lightning breath. Oh, and Augur goes over the top, and that's going to be Blaze taken down. 2 heroics used, and Zalgo Jack gets onto the point. D.Va has been doing a fantastic job of the map control so far and understanding where to get ahead here. Champa Ford continuing to engage the scroll is healing and the stay a while and listen connect. D.Va trying to get on the other side of Crown here. Last bit of autos will not connect. Oh, but gets the big shot to kill the Hanzo and gets back in the mech. Zalgo Jack is popping off and wants some more. That's going to be Murden going down. Uh-oh, but D.Va has been demeched. The rest of the team is coming on in for the rescue. Vendetta picking up even more kills there. Wow, Zalgo Jack is showing off on the D.Va here. Pushing through the bottom lane, trying to get it ready for some split push. Danielson taking a little bit of a hit there from Squirrel, but Lunara is fully out of mana here. Trying to just step up and get a couple of auto attacks to save this bottom fort. D.Va clearing out the top. See the rotations here. A solid level lead now for the side of Vendetta. Zalgo Jack is now back in the mech, but here comes the gank attempt. Polymorph comes on out, but it's a short duration, and D.Va is able to move on back. Dio Brando, GTX, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show here, and enjoy your follower emotes. You're going to see the Shamans picked up by both sides here. Once again, a little bit later for the 7 rings, which should theoretically help them out if they can clear that top lane away. Just already marching up to the midline. Indigo Zap is waiting on Avina Quaker here. Champa Ford ready to go over the top. Augur is discovered. Right now, D.Va still in the bottom lane working against Brightwing as level 13 is here for the side of Vendetta. Blaze and Vala are in the mid, so we're still in a 3v3 situation here on the top side. No one is going to tap the objective just yet. The Shaman camp is going to try to be dealt with here by Vendetta. Repositioned once again, Diablo making short work of that camp. Still looking for an engage. Vala has come on up here, so Blaze is going to have to come on up to match. Aldir DRH, thank you very much for the follow. You enjoy those follower emotes as well, and welcome to the channel. Blaze thinking about coming in on the low side, but goes back to try to find that level 13. The 7 rings would really love to find 13 before their next engagement here. Vendetta is able to move up onto the point and start to get these minions down. There is the combo. Avina Quaker manages to get the ult off before the Rain of Vengeance could land. There's the Hanzo while dealing big damage to Vala in the back. Vala's actually taken down there as Hanzo is traded out for. Squirrel and Avina Quaker are low, but they're trying to fight back here. Champa Ford is going to get the reposition and start to move away, but here comes Zalgo Jack. There's the bomb to zone out the front line. Oh, is stunned out of the mech, though. Zalgo Jack is going to have to drink up those potions to stay healthy. The triple big shot comes on in. Avina Quaker is going to go down as D.Va gets back into the mech here. Micro missiles not enough to take down Blaze, but that double kill is going to allow Vendetta to jump right back onto this objective. Another very well-controlled teamfight there by Vendetta. An early trade and a couple of extra kills. It's going to let D.Va go ahead and clear out this point. We see Augur on the bottom side looking to tag this camp to get some split push going here for Vendetta. As we're looking at a Mortar Punisher that's going to be pushing the top lane here in just a moment. See if the 7 rings can set up for a strong defense here. Blaze is actually on the left side camp here. I don't think Cyrus finishes this in time. Indigo Zap is going to step up. We're going to check on this 1v1 here for just a moment. Blaze and Augur are going to get the spin here. And Blaze is... Oh no! Indigo Zap moves off the point and Cyrus picks up the camp. But can Cyrus escape? There's the jet propulsion. There's the Hortipult. There's the bunker used as well. We're staying with this 1v1. Can Blaze get on out of here? Indigo Zap is back to full health here. Cyrus is low. There's the spin. Has a jet propulsion. There's no Hortipult this time. Oh, but the loot horde connects and Blaze goes down. The rest of the team was about to come and dishonor the 1v1. By the way, the objective got basically cleared out up here. We stuck with the real action. But Blaze does go down, and now Vendetta have some split push options with this camp and this catapult down here in the bottom lane. Avina Quaker looking for a flank here, finds the Stormbolt onto Champ of Horde, but that Flame Stomp build is keeping Diablo very, very healthy in that front line. Dragon Strike going to come on out right into the corner, going to pin Vendetta, but they managed to get away here. Indigo Zap coming on down to make this a quick 5v3. Knocked away. There's the bomb to cut off the escape. Great job by Zalgo Jack. There's Lunara pushed back in, and they're going to be rooted. Lunara goes down. Brightwing is next. Avina Quaker is roasted. What a forethought combo. Diva cuts off the escape. Deckard locks him down, and that is going to be a triple kill here for Vendetta, and they may just push forward looking for a win right here. Zalgo Jack going to move forward, get the quick bump onto Crown. Cyrus on the outside, looking for a way to possibly shut down this push. Champ of Horde wants to find another pick here as there's only 10 seconds left before the rest of the team spawns on in. Vendetta instead is going to rotate over to the mid keep and look to pick that up and really open up this map here. You've got a camp, they've got a catapult that's unfortunately caught in the back and can't do anything. It's finally going to line up there for some shots. Dragon Strike comes on out, is going to force Vendetta to move away. This Champ of Horde keeping everyone nice and healed, but there's currently a 3-level lead. Level 16s do hit there, but here comes Vendetta. They're looking for Avina Quaker, who dodges on the high side and jumps over the wall there. Cyrus doing a nice peel there with the jet propulsion, but this keep is already very, very low, and a 2-level lead is going to keep Vendetta feeling aggressive here in the mid lane. Diva gets the bumps. There is the root. Not going to connect onto Blaze. Avina Quaker jumps away from the explosion. Big shot not going to secure the keep just yet as the push continues here. Keep is going to fall. Zalgo Jack is going to get popped out of that mech. Diablo with the Fire Breath is going to push Squirrel away here. Lunara not able to advance forward to find that Diva pilot. Level 18 to 16 here. It's Vendetta looking to escape. Avina Quaker going to jump on in, but there is the counter stun as Hogger goes right into the back. Dragon Strike is splitting the members of Vendetta, but look at the spin from Indigo Zap. Hanzo is going to go down. Avina Quaker trying to escape on the bottom side. Danielson is on the chase. One multi-shot. The movement speed from Vala might be too much. Avina Quaker, nice slow. We're going to keep this chase here as Muradin mounts up. A Champ of Horde is there, and that is going to be it for the Muradin. There's a double kill as this camp steal is coming on through as well, and it's just all Vendetta here in the mid game and the late game. Objective is live. Arcane Punisher going to be pushing through an empty bottom lane if it is picked up here by Vendetta. Looks like there's going to be no contest here. There's not a lot that the 7 rings can do. They've got to deal with the top lane pressure, constant catapults in the mid and the bot. And there's going to be level 20s as well. I don't know what you need to do. You need to come up with a pretty miraculous core defense here if you're on the side of the 7 rings. But it looks like it might be a 39. They just gonna 39 it? They are. Look at this. Vendetta is just trying to get as much value as they possibly can here. They're gonna go for the triple camp play and then cap the objective in the bottom lane. This is just eking out every maximum bit of value that they can over on the side of Vendetta. SCH looking for the last bop here is going to get it. It's triple camp time. It's Arcane Punisher in the bottom lane with level 20s. The 7, oh, there's a camp in the top lane as well. Camp's pushing in all lanes along with the objective. This is going to be a tremendously hard defense. Hellgate combo comes on out. Once again, the Avatar is able to be popped. Dragon Strike is going to split the engage as Champ of Horde is forced to pop the Lightning Breath early. Tried to find the slows onto Hanzo, but Hanzo manages to get away. There is the jump coming out from the Punisher as Blaze pops into the bunker. Can they pop the bunker? No! Cyrus does not take the bomb damage, but does get flipped over by Champa Ford and is removed. Core is now starting to take damage as the Punisher is locked on here. Zalgo Jack is just totally focused on the Core. Avina Quaker is going to be caught and taken down here, and Vendetta are going to complete a dominant game number 1 victory here on Infernal Shrines. GG. Incredibly strong showing from Vendetta with the double bruiser comp. There on Infernal Shrines for game number 1. Very, very nicely played. We're going to load up the post-match here and head on over. Let's see what the stats can tell us here. Indigo Zap on the Hogger, leading the way on hero damage there for Vendetta. Nearly 47,000 coming on out there. Zalgo Jack, top siege, top experience soaked. Over on the side of the Seven Rings, Crown on the Hanzo. Nearly a very nice 69,000 hero damage. Was doing some good work with those scatters, but getting through such a beefy front line was just too tall a task that time for the side of the Seven Rings. We'll bring up the talent screen as we close out our prediction here. Update the scoreboard, and we'll get ourselves ready for a game number 2. Very, very nice combos indeed. Alrighty. Looks like we don't have a new lobby just yet, but we'll keep an eye out. And for now, we're going to go to a short break. When we come on back, it's going to be game number 2. Vendetta versus the Seven Rings. Don't go far. Hey, welcome back. We're setting up for game number 2 of Vendetta versus the Seven Rings. Looks like we've got all 10 players in our lobby. We should be set to go in just a moment. As a reminder, if you're just joining us, we've got a new channel point challenge ready to go. Exclamation point challenge will let you know if we reach our goal. We're going to be doing a full, all-in-one stream playthrough of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So if you've got extra channel points lying around that you want to go and commit to the cause, it is now open for the next 30 days, so you can go ahead and contribute. Let's get on over to map select. Let's see what the update is going to be. Looks like we're going to go to Braxis Holdout here for game number 2. Let them know that I am all set. Once again, this is going to be the choice from the Seven Rings. They take us to Braxis Holdout. And there it goes. And there it goes. We're going to Braxis for game number 2. A map much banned and much ignored. But not today. Not today. See if there's any more excitement in the drafts, anything less than standard. Looks like we got some more contributions. We might be hitting that challenge goal a little faster than I expected. I didn't really know what to set it at. I was like 50 thou. Okay, let's do 50, 30 days. Maybe people will contribute. And we're like 20% of the way there already. Well, we might have ourselves a pretty quick Hellblade stream. Maybe we'll set a different kind of goal next time. You never know. Similar bans to start things off here. Sylvanas and Junkrat have been removed. We are getting pretty late here in the season. There's a lot of research and history that these teams have laid down so far this NGS season, so it's not too surprising in this late week to see the bans pretty solidified between two teams. Garrosh once again removed here by Vendetta. See if it's going to again be the Lucio here for the Seven Rings. What do we got? What do we got for our ban number 4? Braxis Holdout, you got to worry about quick victories. You got to worry about early game power. Can't draft anything too late. You can't skimp on the wave clear either. Gonna flip it over here. Stukov will be banned away rather than the Lucio by the 7 rings. See if Vendetta wants to snap up that Lucio or if they've got something else first pick in mind that they want to grab. Danielson was doing some work on the Vala there earlier. Be an acceptable pickup to go ahead and take that again. Gonna take an Anduin first. Anduin first, this for Danielson, actually. Danielson played the Vala in the last game and has now snapped up the Anduin here for Vendetta. Cyrus will go ahead and take that Rexar. Cyrus, well-known Rexar player. Gonna be working the top lane here on Braxis. That or we can work on my core strength. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Vala will be picked up here by Squirrel. Gonna make sure Vendetta doesn't have that one for free. See what Vendetta wants to put with this Anduin. Anduin not a likely first pick. Whenever I see something like an Anduin first pick, I feel like they might be hiding something. Might be hiding something. SCH gonna respond with the Gul'dan, and Zalgo Jack will be moving right back to that Diva. That's such a large impact there in game number 1. So looking like a Diva Rexar top lane matchup here. We'll have to see if either team is going to draft a rotating style here. You can do it with something like a Dahaka, something like a Brightwing, or get an Ambusher. You got your Genjis, you got your Zeratools that can go and try to tilt that top lane matchup. So we see the 7 rings banning away Mei here, interestingly enough. Mei, decent zone control. Can do some work on Braxis. Of course, the blinds against Vala are useful as well. Vendetta, they're looking at the Rexar Vala here. They're going to remove Li Ming. You do not want to get minged down. Zalgo looking to get respect bans on the Diva. Zalgo's been playing a pretty good Diva all season long, I must say. Venaquaker going to grab the Johanna here, and Root Beer Guy is moving to the Malfurion for the side of the 7 rings. I wonder if they're going to go with another healer in the last spot here. Malfurion's healing can keep Vala topped off, but I guess here against Gul'dan, there's not a ton of burst showing yet on the side of Vendetta. We'll see what they want to pick up in the last spot. It's going to be Varian here for Champ of Horde. And Indigo Zap is going for the Cassia. Cassia's kind of fallen by the wayside for a long time now, but Cassia did get a little bit of love on that auto attack build in our most recent patch. So we'll see if Indigo Zap is picking that up for the new talents, or if they feel that Cassia's just got enough early game power and contributing the blind will be enough here. Crown in the last spot is going to round things out with a Mephisto. Try to deal some damage to those low health backliners. See if anyone is switching up their picks. Looks like everyone's happy. Looks like everyone is indeed happy. Good stuff. And with that, we will start up a new prediction. Game number 2 here. We've got Vendetta on the left. We've got a Gul'dan Cassia, the Varian kicker up front. The 7 rings, Vala Mephisto with that Johanna front line. Who do you think's going to take this one? Vendetta looked very, very strong in game number 1, but we've got very different style drafts here in game number 2, and Braxis hold out on a map that we don't get to see an awful lot of. Now is the time to lock in those banana bets and see who you think is going to take the victory. Always nice to see what each region has it for its own meta. Yeah, it's cool to check out other tournaments and stuff like that. I've seen a bit of Copa Calamity, seen what they're trying to play. It's interesting to see for sure. But we are loaded in. Let's get into game number 2. Let us do it. Game number 2, once again on the left in the blue, we have Vendetta. SCH is on the Gul'dan, Champ of Horde playing Varian, Indigo Zap on the Cassia, Danielson on the Anduin, and Zalgo Jack back on that Diva. On the right in the red, it is going to be the Seven Rings. Squirrel on the Vala, Avina Quaker is playing the Johanna, Crown is on Mephisto, Root Beer Guy on the Malfurion, and Cyrus is playing Rexar. Here we go. It's game number 2. Once again, we're going to check our level 1 quest. Gul'dan starting out with the Fell Flame build, the Q quest on level 1. This Crown getting a lot of split damage there in the early going as Mephisto. Already has 3 stacks on that level 1 Skull Missile quest. Varian's going to be going for the new Lion's Maw quest of 1. That got a little bit of a buff. Cassia still going to be stacking Thunderstroke, not going with the auto attack quest here. And Vala's going to be working on the Puncturing Arrow quest Q build on level 1. Zalgo Jack has already been popped out of that mech. Be working on pressuring the mana bar of Rexar in the early going. 7 stacks for Mephisto before the level 1 mark is pretty dang good. That is a very good start. The 7 Rings right at the 1 minute mark are going to go on back to their hard camp here. Champ of Horde, who's going to come across and see it, is not a full tank just yet, but is still going to move up and try to put a little pressure on. Grouped up inside the root, though. Danielson is being taken some damage. Anduin goes down. Avina Quaker in trouble, though. It's going to be a trade. Anduin for Johanna. Crown trying to turn it around for an extra kill is going to fall as we see another Diva mech going down in the top lane. SCH and Indigo Zap managing to survive the scrap there, and the camp is reset. Very aggressive here in the early going. A lot of resources already being used. Zalgo Jack has lost the mech once again, is going to try to step up onto the point. Shoo away a bear. Checking here on the bottom side, Champ of Horde still without that level 4. And without that extra health, is going to try to move away here. Has to double back for that Mephisto damage. Short range pull. Is that going to be enough to save Varian? Looks like it is. As Gul'dan tries to turn around the damage onto Squirrel. Squirrel manages to get away. Full combo coming out from Indigo Zap onto Avina Quaker there. As Vendetta tries to take back the bottom point, and it looks like they will do so. Varian had to go back and get reset. So Avina Quaker going to move up onto the point. 4 is here. Champ of Horde is going to bust out the shield and look for a move onto the back line. Crown moves on back as Varian wants a taunt there. Is going to find it onto Mephisto. Indigo Zap tries to move on up, but gets the fend onto Squirrel instead. Is forced to move away there. Crown on the low side, going to put some more damage into the back, but Gul'dan just activates the Drain Life and heals right on through it. Vala moving on up here to make Zalgo Jack's life difficult. There goes the mech. This could be trouble. Vault on forward. Zalgo Jack is not going to be able to escape. And that is a full death onto Diva. Varian, gets the burst kill onto Vala, though. Champ of Horde, heavy rotation there, picking up the counter kill. And now we got a full blue Zerg wave pushing on through the top lane here for Vendetta. See damage there onto the Misha Bear, but the healing from Rexar is enough to get Misha on out of there. Gul'dan dealing with the bottom lane. Diva back on the battlefield is going to help out Gul'dan relieve the pressure. Crown continuing to move forward there, trying to get that Lightning Nova onto those Guardians. Danielson taking a huge chunk of damage there. Anduin is actually caught and taken down. Great jump forward there by the 7 Rings to pick up that kill. Now Vendetta is forced to back off. Rexar able to move to the bottom lane here. Mephisto sitting on 19 stacks of the 40. At level 20, you get the increased damage. At level 20. At 20 hits, you get the increased damage. And at 40 hits, you get the second charge of Skull Missile, which is really what Crown is looking for with this build. See, camps are being picked up by both sides. Going to be the easy camps and then the hard camps. That's just what you do when you're on Braxis Holdout. Everyone just agrees. We're going to do our own camps. We're going to clear all the camps we just took. That is going to be our lives. Uh-oh, Cyrus moving a little too far forward. Didn't see Champ before there. There is the burst, and there goes Rexar. Great positioning coming on out from the tank from Vendetta. Champa Ford wants to push onto this top fort if possible. Steps up and starts to take the shots. Cassia and Gul'dan trying to get as much damage as they can before they're forced to back away. Avina Quaker is going to be pushed back for just a moment. Now the Bruiser Camp stepping up to do some work. Once again, Crown putting huge damage onto that back line. Champa Ford will not have the Shield Buster until level 13 versus this Johanna. In the bottom lane here, Zalgo is still dealing with the Bruiser Camp that's pushing on in. Looks like Vendetta is rotating on down here. We're possibly looking for a pick on the rotation. Champa Ford trying to step up, but look at this. The 7 rings, they're not going to rotate. They're just staying here on the top side, pushing into this wall. Zalgo remaining in vision there on the bottom side. Avina Quaker rotating, looking for anyone, looking for vision. But the 2 ships simply pass in the night. Misha ready to get onto the point. Zalgo keeping an eye out here. On the top side, Vendetta does show in lane, so we're going to have a quick trade on these beacons, and the rotational battle will commence. Zalgo with the quick stun and the move on back. Here in the bottom lane, on the top side, we see Vendetta just get to claim this fort. Easy peasy. One first structure of the game goes down in favor of Vendetta. Now bottom beacon is going to be grabbed here by D.Va. This is a heavy rotation coming on out. They're going to give up a couple of percentage points. And Vendetta doesn't want any of that smoke. They're just going to go ahead and back off. Camps are not up soon. Just waiting patiently, staying out of vision. Moving on down to the bottom side now is the 7 rings. Champa Ford sees Avina Quaker coming, is going to double back. Zalgo waiting. Varian does now show on the bottom side as D.Va Bomb comes on out. There's the taunt onto Avina Quaker. There's the Iron Skin going to absorb most of that blast. Level 10s are now online for the side of Vendetta. We have the Horrify, we have the Light Bomb, Micro Missiles, Juggernaut, and Cassia's still considering whether it's going to be the Valkyrie or the Ball Lightning. Vendetta now have control of both points. Champa Ford waiting for a rotation here. There's a nice scout by Avina Quaker. Varian was forced to move away there. There's another quick charge. Champa Ford just turns it around there onto Mephisto for a moment. It is going to be the Valkyrie here for Cassia, going to try to get a pull onto the back line. D.Va going to just go ahead and blast off the point here. Champa Ford put a little bit of pressure onto Misha. As we see Gul'dan working on the bottom side camp rather than coming up to fight here for Vendetta. Cassia able to get some bottom lane push as well. Stepping up onto the bottom fort, there's going to be a camp rotating on through, and looks like we may have an engage on the top side. Avina Quaker in some trouble. There is the Durance of Hate, trying to trap Zalgo Champa Ford on the low side, wants to get this kill onto Avina Quaker, but Root Beer Guy has the tranquility to keep him alive. Horrify pushes Crown into the side of Vendetta, but Mephisto is able to walk it on back. Light Bomb from Champa Ford is not going to connect onto anybody. Really wants to find somebody to lock down. The pole comes out a moment too late, and Varian will fall. Great job by the 7 rings to control that fight. It was looking a little bit dicey. Unfortunately, though, not able to get the objective back, and it's going to be another 100 to 18% Zerg wave here for Vendetta. Indigo Zap just trying to clear this out. Fortunately, a lot of those Banelings are going to crash onto the wave here. This bottom fort is absolutely going down. On the top side, Zerg wave is already cleared away. As Rexar stands watch. Rexar going to go ahead and move on out of there. Use Misha to try to find the dismounts. Wave on the bottom side is mostly cleared away here. Those Guardians are going to be pesky. Indigo Zap just trying to get a few more stacks on that Thunderstroke. Currently sitting at 48 on the level 1 quest. On the top side, Zalgo Jack in a little bit of trouble, has the bomb if necessary, throws in the missiles to find a kill. Durance of Fate is actually going to trap 3 there. Light Bomb onto SCH will not stun a Vena Quaker, and there is the blink forward. Mephisto finding the quick kill onto Diva. Mephisto is taken down here, though. Gul'dan gets the Horrify, but quickly falls. Danielson is slow, just trying to walk on out of there. Champ of Horde turning it around to try to save Anduin. Anduin stepped up again too far, and that's the burst from Vala. Now Indigo Zap in trouble, is going to try to turn it around. The Surge of Light, not enough. Vala picks up another kill. That is going to be Varian going down. The extended ace is in for the side of the Seven Rings. Unfortunately, they got those kills. Now they've got to de-push their lanes here. They're not really going to have the opportunity to do a whole lot. They want to get the boss, but it won't spawn until this Zerg wave is down. There, the Zerg wave finally falls. Now they're waiting for the boss, but is it going to be too late here? Zalgo Jack is going to keep an eye on this. Cassia's now back, but Varian is still down. Varian may not get here in time, and it looks like the boss burn is quick enough for the side of the Seven Rings, and they're going to get some push in the top lane. Going back to grab their easy and hard camps as well. Squirrel's working there. We've got Root Beer Guy and Crown on the bottom side camp. Rexar trying to clear this lane to allow the boss a little bit of reinforcements coming on through the lane. Looks like the boss is not going to get through that far. It took too long to clear away those camps there on the side of the Seven Rings. So ultimately, this boss isn't going to do a whole heck of a lot here. Looking for a camp steal, though, and they will get that. So they might get a double camp push here onto the bottom fort. Have ended up using the boss to ultimately create space here, but now it's going to be a full 5v5 down here on the bottom lane. Champ of Horde trying to move forward there, find one of those juicy backliners to throw a taunt onto. Johanna pops the Iron Skin and starts to move away here. Varian actually went for the Mortal Strike here, going to reduce the healing rather than trying to crack the shield of Johanna. Instead, they're just going to keep on going for those backliners. There's the Durance of Hate going to catch 2. A Vena Quaker is low, is going to get stunned, though, by the Light Bomb and will ultimately go down, but the trade is in for Cassia. Danielson going to try to save Champ of Horde. Zalgo Jack is de-mech'd and de-lifed there in the backline. Great stun from Squirrel as Varian is going to go down as well. A 3-for-1 so far. SCH is trying to get away from the Misha. Crown catches up, but can get the damage. Gul'dan is just so healthy here, but here's Root Beer Guy and Squirrel. Gul'dan is going to be taken down. Danielson able to get behind the wall, but it's a 4-for-1 for the Seven Rings. All the while, though, top lane pressure is going to claim the top keep wall. We've got beacons online. So it looks like the Seven Rings, with their level 16 advantage, should be able to secure their first Zerg wave push of the game. Gul'dan still down for 10 seconds. No level 16. I can't imagine that Vendetta wants to find a fight here. Misha going to stay on the point for now, but will be forced to move back. This is a pretty good situation here for Vendetta. And even delaying this objective as little time as that is more time to find level 16, is more time to get Varian back on the field. And it looks like Varian is actually moving up to the top lane here to try to stop this channel. Will do so, but the rotation is coming. Champ of Horde is going to try to rotate out, but will find 2 in their path. Avoids a quick combo there. He's trying to move away on the top side. Blessed Shield will not connect. Now Champ of Horde may have an opportunity to turn it around. Bottom side objective is claimed by Vendetta, so the clock is not ticking here, and they have found their level 16s as well. Zalgo Jack has a bomb, is going to try to move on to the low side here. Light Bomb comes on through, but it's too early. Champ of Horde could not find a charge target, so that's a 1-minute cooldown burn. Durance of Hate connects onto the Diva once again, but Zalgo Jack still has bomb charge. Going to be quickly rooted there. Vena Quaker escapes on the low side. Root Beer Guy keeping everyone topped off. There's a lot of low health bars on the side of Vendetta. Danielson is removed and taken down. Avena Quaker somehow still alive on that onslaught. Root Beer Guy is now low, maybe stepping up too far as SCH wants to hit those long-range Qs. But still, no one from the 7 rings is going to go down. Champ of Horde. Uh-oh. Johanna turns it around and stuns Champ of Horde. Varian will fall. Zalgo Jack in trouble is going to go down. Johanna was a split second from leaving the fight, but turned it off and got the kill onto Varian. Now the 7 rings wants to pick themselves up another boss. Beacons once again traded out here. Cassie able to move on back, but the boss is claimed by the 7 rings. Excuse me. Gonna work on the back camp here. Root Beer Guy gonna try to get a cheeky cap here on the top side. It's not a whole lot that Vendetta can do to call this bluff. They're just gonna have to eat the next objective phase. Big flank here from Squirrel looking for endurance, and somehow it connects. Crown turning it on. Gul'dan is down. Anduin is down. Someone check the tape on that hitbox. The Durance at absolute max range. And now we've got a split push here from the 7 rings on top of that double kill. They're going to push with the camp and the boss in the top lane, and we got 100% Zerg wave. It's going to be tried to be dealt with by D.Va down in the bottom lane. Avena Quaker steps up, trying to find another. There is the Blessed Shield coming on out. Durance of 8 lands. The sleep is in. Varian gets the intercept to try to move on out. Crown wants the last hits, but blinks on back. There's a ton of damage onto that back line. Avena Quaker and Crown manage to come out and survive. Indigo Zap hits the pole there. Oh, Cassie is down. There goes Misha, but Johanna falls as well. Top boss is about to fall here. The camp's still healthy. But it looks like the core is going to be saved. Top keep did go down. Bottom keep is going to be kept alive here. Crown looking to go over the top here. It's still a 4v4 situation. Mephisto moves on forward. Durance of Fate will not connect that time. Champ of Horde with the intercept trying to be moved away. Danielson going to aid there with the leap of faith. A good attempt, but bottom keep remains under the control of Vendetta. There's a quick Misha kill in the bottom lane. This is not out of reach yet for Vendetta. Top keep is very, very much bruised. If a big enough team fight goes their way, they can win off of that. But level 20 is about to be here for the 7 rings, so they've got all the reason in the world to pick an open fight if they can find it. Camp steal is going to be completed. Misha not able to get up onto the point. Now Johanna is back. The 7 rings are on the pursuit. But it looks like there's not going to be a fight here. Walking up with their level 20s, looks like we've got camp steals on the brain for the side of the 7 rings. They're just going to go ahead and grab both of these. They'd love to pick up that bottom keep while they still have level 20 advantage, if they can. Champ of Horde is being ordered away there by Misha. Avena Quaker waiting for an engage if possible. Durance of Hate does not land. 45-second cooldown, but is going to be reduced by the Hysteria level 13 talent. By that trade of Mephisto. That's why you see that Durance just being thrown out willy-nilly. Crown moves forward, gets a little bit of damage onto Champ of Horde. And now the pressure onto bottom keep will commence. D.Va has to deal with the top lane. Only 4 members of Vendetta can stay here for the defense. Crown trying to get a little bit of damage, but Varian doing some good juking there. Durance does not connect that time. Avena Quaker is caught, but Mephisto tries to turn it around. There's the pull onto Mephisto. Light bomb. Danielson tries to move forward. There it is. Mephisto goes down, but Gul'dan is traded out on the low side. Squirrel picking that one up. Misha going down for a 23-second kill timer. As the beacons are coming online. It's a 1-for-1 trade here, but level 20 is still in the favor of the 7 rings. See if they can pick up another quick objective. Champa Ford could be in a spot of trouble. Danielson has the pull to get Varian out of trouble. They're trying to force out the shield from Avina Quaker, who's just holding it. There's the slow. Varian is stunned, and Varian is taken down, not respecting the follow-up CC of Cyrus. And now Varian is down for a full minute, and this looks like it's going to be another boss going over to the 7 rings. Yes, acceptable pronunciations are Crown and Avi for the player in question. See, you can go with Avi, you can go with Crown. Both of them work. Vina Quaker looking for SCH here. Wanted the punish slow, but didn't get it. Gul'dan manages to get away from the incoming onslaught. Beacon progress is online. Top lane camp is pushing. We've got a bottom lane boss here for the 7 rings. Once again, Varian is now back. And now this time, it's going to be Vendetta that are going to be put in a very, very difficult defensive position. There is the Durance of Fate going to land. Diva in some trouble here, is rooted and slept. Zalgo Jack is able to move back, but Anduin falls. There is Gul'dan to go down next. Cassia is going to die as well. And this looks like a core call. The boss still very, very healthy. And look at this, the 7 rings, after being looked to, you know, being made look a bit foolish in game number 1, really turn on the gas here in game number 2. They're going to pick up the victory and force a game 3 in this series. GG. Very nice turnaround there on Braxis holdout. The Mephisto doing really, really nice work. Vala getting some great flanks onto Gul'dan in the end there. And the 7 rings, looking fantastic, are going to force a game number 3 here versus Vendetta. Let's go to the post-match and see 27 kills to 9. I think game number 1 we had like 16 kills to 2 or 16 kills to 4. This game, absolutely the opposite story here. Indigo Zac on the Cassia. Nearly 79,000 hero damage there for Vendetta, but look at Squirrel on the Vala. Top siege, top hero damage at 87,000 for the side of the 7 rings. Very nicely played on Braxis. We'll take a look at the talent screen here as we close out our prediction. Update the scoreboard, and we'll get ourselves ready for a game number 3. Get ourselves ready for a game number 3. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Taking a look at the build here. Imprisoning Light. When I was playing Cassia, I could never get this talent to work properly. It just, the wave of light created at the end just didn't pop off, or popped off funny, or I missed with it somehow. I just, this talent gives me nightmares. Gives me nightmares, I tell you. But it is what it is. Alrighty. Looks like we do have our next lobby up, so we won't have to go to a break. Update the map selection. Let's see. It looks like it's once again a 7 rings choice. Good stuff, good stuff. Another quick reminder, because this is day number 1. Another community channel point challenge is now activated. If you've got extra channel points lying around and you want to see a full playthrough of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, just go ahead and dump them into the pot and contribute to the challenge. It looks like we've got 10 players in our lobby. Let's get over to map select. See that we're going to Towers of Doom here for game number 3. The perfect game number 3 map. Once again chosen by the 7 rings. No spell armor on Gul'dan with Q build. probably could have done some work into Mephisto. But having healing on demand's pretty good, too. I don't know, I feel like Gul'dan's got a lot of pretty decent talents. Pretty decent talents. Looks like the teams are just asking for a quick minute here, so we'll do a chill. Towers of Doom is going to be our final map of this best of 3. After 2 somewhat lopsided matches, to be honest. Vendetta crushing the 7 rings in game number 1. And the 7 rings crushing Vendetta in game number 2. Though Vendetta did have some good macro pressure there. They got really nice camp pushes. They got the waves going right up to the keep walls as the 7 rings mopped up fights. But unfortunately, they just kept on mopping up the fights and won that way. Which is totally valid. Similar bans once again here. Sylvanas and Junkrat removed at the top of the draft, as once again Vendetta will be first pick for the 3rd time in this series. Dahaka going to be the ban this time from Vendetta, leaving Garrosh up. See if the 7 rings is able to grab that. Or maybe Vendetta's just going to pick it away. They do not want to see the global Dahaka on towers. Understandable. It makes me wonder what their first pick is going to be. Based on how the bans went, they probably could have taken that if they wanted. But perhaps they did not want to. Diva will be the ban here from the 7 rings. They don't want to see Zalgo Jack own on that hero anymore. It's too powerful. It's brimming with power. So, Vendetta first to act here. They've got Lucio and Stukov up if they want, but they will snag that Vala once again. Danielson locking that in. On the other side, the 7 rings. Would not surprise me to see a Squirrel Lunara in the early picks. But Brightwing is available too if you want to just do a Garrosh Brightwing rotation. Squirrel's actually going to go for the Greymane here, another favorite here on Towers of Doom for the camping and siege potential, as well as the burst. And Cyrus is going to grab the Blaze, so keeping those picks I was mentioning possibly for later. So, Vendetta, they're looking at the Greymane, they're looking at the Blaze. No Dahaka to go across. They could just go for a simple Leoric here, if they truly want to. See how they want to support this Vala. Tyrael Rhaegar, our first Rhaegar of the series, goes over to Vendetta, and Champ of Horde going for the Tyrael. I'm guessing that Tyrael is, in part, making sure the 7 rings cannot take Greymane Tyrael. And also getting a little bit of extra support for Vala. It's never a bad thing. Medivh will be banned out by the 7 rings. They smelled something fishy coming out from the side of the Vendetta's draft. I don't think I've seen much Medivh Tyrael, but Medivh Vala is definitely a thing. Vendetta, they're looking at the Greymane Blaze. Still very open. They could go back to the Garrosh ban if they'd like. Well, I wouldn't be too worried about that with a Tyrael on the front. See what they're thinking about. They're going to get rid of that Li Ming here. Trying to protect the Vala's fragile health bar. So, 7 rings. They've got some good options here. See what they're looking for from the front line and the heal position as they look to fill out the meat of their draft. Vina Quaker's going to go with an ETC here, and Root Beer Guy is on the Stukov. I think I like the ETC into Tyrael just because Tyrael can't provide a lot of threat onto ETC at all. Rhaegar can't do a lot to stop him either, so it's going to be mostly up to Vala to just stay away from ETC at all times. I like this lockdown potential from the 7 rings, but you are into a Tyrael. And Tyrael can just hit the Sanctification and shut that whole shebang down if necessary. We're going to see a Johanna Falstad coming on through from Zalgo Jack and Indigo Zap here. This could be a double soaking Johanna here for Zalgo Jack. Or it could be a different kind of lane setup for Vendetta. Maybe they're going for a 1-1-3 or something with this Falstad. Be interested to see how they set up their lanes. The 7 rings, we got Crown in the last pick position. See what sort of flex they're looking for. It's going to be a Jaina, so full burst mode on the side of the 7 rings. They want to be able to take down whoever they catch here. Vendetta lacking CC. It is true, though, if you're going with a Tyrael draft, CC is just not what you're trying to do for the most part. You're just trying to live forever and let Vala's damage take over the fight. Alrighty. Our final prediction is online. Who's going to take game number 3? We've got Vendetta with the Tyrael Johanna frontline. We've got the 7 rings with the most lockest, downest comp you've ever seen in your life. ETC, Stukov, Blaze, Greymane, Jaina. Will they get their catches, or will Vendetta be too loose, too slippery, and get away from the kill combos? We will have to see, and you will have to bet who's going to win this game number 3 as we look to load on in to Towers of Doom here. Looking at the comps, I think Vendetta's comp is harder to pull off, but we are here in the Heroic Division. If anyone's going to pull off these comps, it's going to be these players. Let's jump into the game. Here we go. Game number 3, once again on the left in the blue, we have Vendetta. Champa Ford is on Tyrael, Danielson on the Vala, SCH is playing the Rhaegar, Indigo Zap on the Falstad, and Zalgo Jack is on the Johanna. On the right in the red, we have the 7 rings. Squirrel is on Greymane, Cyrus on the Blaze, Crown is on Jaina, Avena Quaker on the ETC, and Root Beer Guy is on the Stukov. Let's do it. Game number 3 on Towers of Doom is underway here. Vala once again is locking in the W multi-shot quest on the Vala. Falstad with the Hammering quest. Q on level 1. Those are your level 1 quests. As the initial wave clear has begun. Jaina has dropped 1 ability. Oh, Tyrael doing a little bit of anti-wave clear with that shield. I always forget that that's a feature of Tyrael. The Tyrael can slow down wave clear on a basic ability. Nonetheless, the wave is cleared here by the 7 rings, and Avena Quaker's looking for a quick engage, slides way into the backline there, gets the bump, but oh no, Avena Quaker is going to be caught here. It might be a communication breakdown as Crown went right back down to the bottom lane for the wave clear, and that's going to be first blood going over to Vendetta. Johanna and Blaze continuing their ceaseless struggle in the off lane. Rocco121, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're having a good time here. Enjoy your follower emotes. Camp is taken here by Vendetta. Champa Ford is moving across. We might have ourselves an invade. Johanna and Blaze are way up in the top lane here, so it's going to be a 4v4. Champa Ford trying to move onto the point, will do so. There's the Jaina damage that Champa Ford has to move away. Tyrael's going to go down as SCH tries to remain on the point. Squirrel moves on out of there. Avena Quaker on the back line is just trying to 1v1 Danielson. Vala is going to get the trade there. Rhaegar goes down as well. Nice shot from Crown to make it a 2-for-1 effort. And Camp does go over to the side of the 7 rings. There are indeed some points on the line. Some betting took place, which means we might have some extra people with some channel points in here. If you're just joining us, we've got a new channel point challenge. We've got a Senua's Sacrifice Hellblade run on the line in the community challenge. If you check out those point options, you've got some extra points you want to throw my way. See a little bit of a one-day run through. You may do so. It'd be cool to get that incentive met. Avena Quaker looking for a flank here. Wants to find Danielson if possible, but the damage turnaround is good. He's going to have to use that slide to move on back. Stukov shuts off some of that damage with the Silence Puddle. as our altars are now activating, approaching the 3-minute mark here. Johanna's still going with the hold your ground on level 4, not going with the wave clear talent. We got a full engage here in the mid. Jaina getting a ton of damage onto Champa Ford and Danielson. SCH is being chased down by Squirrel as well. Cyrus being worked on by Indigo Zap. The flanks completely covered by both sides. No one ultimately goes down though. Tyrael trying to move up here for an interrupt if possible, but there's the slide and the jumps. Shield is going to be enough though. Look at the silence placement of Stukov. Root Beer Guy is just ruining the day of Vendetta here so far. Squirrel in some trouble though as Danielson looking for a flank. Greymane is going to go down here as Volid moves away from Cyrus. Vendetta getting the better of that trade in terms of the team fight, but they go down 2-1 on those initial tower shots. Champa Ford gonna have to head back to base, get a little bit of extra mana. Indigo Zap is quite spent as well, but should go and help out this back camp here for just a moment. Vina Quaker gonna remain in the area. Gonna move across, will be slowed there and spotted, but not gonna move on to the point, and now Falstad is able to move on back to base. Johanna trying to catch up a little bit on this wave clear. His right side camp is now available. They are now off kilter due to that early invade by Vendetta. Brown steps up, tries to get a little bit of clear. All sappers still remaining up and alive. Looks like they're just going to crash into this wall. Champa Ford sending them on their way, and they will crash on through. Vina Quaker thinking about an engage. Champa Ford getting some work done onto Squirrel there, but only just a little. Johanna having to deal with the top lane camp that was claimed there by Blaze. That'll take Johanna a little bit of time to clear and definitely slow down the double soak. See if anyone's able to move on up, but we've got ourselves a full team fight. Champa Ford trying to move into the back line here, is going to go down, could not move through that Stukov silence, and uses the Angel to get a little bit of damage onto this camp. Good pounce there by the 7 rings, and they're looking to get another channel on this objective. Get 4 more shots onto the core of Vendetta, and there they go. 36-28. Doesn't mean an awful lot just yet, but eventually those shots do add up. 7 rings a little bit closer to their level 10s here, so they should have a quick team fight advantage if they would like it. Champa Ford helping out Johanna a little bit on this wave clear as Vina Quaker tries to slide on through, but there's the Iron Skin from Johanna. Now Indigo, Zap, and Danielson flanking on the edge. 7 Rings does have their level 10s now. Mosh Pit's online as well as Water Elemental, Flailing Swipe, Bunker, and Go for the Throat. Champa Ford is going to get stunned there. Has the Warp on back. The shield to move to safety. Vendetta picking up their level 10s as well. Going to be the Mighty Gust, Sanctification, not Holy Word Sanctification. Falling Sword, Rain of Vengeance, and Rhaegar still considering whether it's going to be the Bloodlust or the Ancestral Healing. Indigo Zap is forced to get the Gust onto 3 as Vina Quaker continuing to focus on that backline, but Rain of Vengeance lands. There's the Sanctification from Tyrael to make sure that there's no Mosh from ETC. There's the Falling Sword there from Zalgo Jack as Root Beer Guy tries to swipe him away, moving right past the Jaina damage. Here comes Vendetta. They want to find some more kills if they can. Champa Ford is cutting everyone off, but in the backline is Squirrel, pops the ult but does not get the kill as Ancestral did land. Greymane is going to go down as well as Stukov. Going to be a triple kill here for the side of Vendetta. Jaina is cut off there as Champa Ford finding a couple of hits. Oh, big hit from Hammerang, not going to be enough for a kill. See Cyrus and Vina Quaker. What was it? Have a little bit of trouble here. Zindigo Jack, there is a ton of damage, and Falstad is actually going to go down here. What was supposed to be just a simple defense turns into a kill, and it looks like it's going to be a channel here for the side of the 7 Rings. I thought they might be able to tease that out, might be able to get a couple of interrupts and let the rest of the team get on back, but wow, picking up a kill there is a tremendous achievement there. Now we've got an invade on this camp. We got a mosh onto one here. Danielson does not have the moves. The silence zone is enough to take down Rhaegar. Rain of Vengeance was not ready yet to interrupt the mosh, and now Jaina's moving up onto the point. Tries to get on there. Root Beer guy with the slaps. There's the gust into the corner, though, moving them back onto the point. The Seven Rings is going to claim this camp, but they will not claim any extra kills. Level 13s are close. They're now even on kill count. Minions are cleared away. It's going to be another camp going over to the side of the Seven Rings here. Falstad's still up in the top lane. Means that this is going to be at minimum a 4v3. Danielson able to get behind the wall there as the pressure is mounting on the bottom lane. How you doing, Stakes Were Made? Welcome to game number 3. Champa forward with the warp forward, trying to find level 13. Danielson avoids the power slide. 2 sappers are going to connect there, as the wave is pushing in as well. The level 13s are now here. Talent tier equity. Blaze looking for a possible flank. Johanna a little bit behind on the rotation, but could come and join for the bottom altar spawn. Vena Quaker stepping on up, looking for an opportunity once again here. There's the slide onto the back, is going to hit Rhaegar. Squirrel being pushed away there by Indigo Zap, as Root Beer guy cutting off another round of entrance. Johanna's in the back there with Champa forward. Indigo Zap cannot move past Squirrel, though. Tries to get a little bit of healing and puts the... Oh, there's a huge mosh. He's going to be gusted away. Squirrel gets the kill onto Danielson, but is quickly killed there by Zalgo Jack. Johanna is going to get hit with the Ancestral Healing and stay nice and healthy. Turns it around. Root Beer guy is gathered up here. Cyrus slowed as well. Crowned with a ton of damage before going down, but Jaina will fall. Avena Quaker waiting on cooldowns does have the slide. Zalgo Jack catches 2 once again, and Blaze is taken out. It's a 3-for-1 for Vendetta, and they are showing that they still have a way back into this game. Getting close to even on the core count now. Vena Quaker and Root Beer guy are here. There's the slide. Silence combo is out. Indigo Zap is able to move away. Bottom lane has taken some hits here. It is the It Hungers here for Stukov, so no virulent reaction combination. 3 are trying to get away from a Vena Quaker. There is the totem. Rhaegar peeling away the chase. Very nicely done. Looks like we might have some action here on the left side camp. Looks like it's still totem build here for the Rhaegar. Going with the tidal waves on 13, but it's still colossal, still grounded totem, still very good talents. Zalgo Jack on the edge is trying to gather them all up. Gets 2. Jaina dissuading with the blizzard. It looks like the camp is going to be simply cleared on the spot here by Vendetta. Right side camp is being worked on. Champa forward thinking about moving across here. We got a 4v4. Camp is claimed. Avena Quaker sliding into the back. Gets the bump back onto Tyrael, but Champa forward remains safe. 16 advantage is now here for Vendetta, as they were looking for a fight but did not manage to find one. Triple altar phase coming up next here, already at that stage of the game. Bottom lane is very, very low. Indigo Zap is trying to get a little bit of poke. Avena Quaker moving on forward. Going to be slowed there by the totem of Rhaegar. Now with the level 16 online. Is it the Earth Grasp? Earth Grasp totem. Getting that extra slow. Indigo Zap looking for a channel, but moves away quickly there. Looks like the offlaner is going to do a simple trade on the top side, and now Avena Quaker going way into the back here, looking for Indigo's out. There's the first Rain of Vengeance committed into the side, but Vala cannot be saved. Look at the silence zone. That's Falstad and Rhaegar going down. Champa Ford is trying to move away here. Johanna able to flank on in. It has the falling sword to escape, but what zone control combination from the side of the Seven Rings, getting a crucial triple kill here, and they're going to try to grab this bottom fort and hold the shots on the bottom lane for 1 extra missile. See, Root Beer guy is now starting the channel. It's going to be 5 shots onto the core of Vendetta. Here we go, 24 to 15. Looks like we have a possible boss attempt. Uh-oh, Zalgo Jack disconnected. It looks like Zalgo Jack is back, though. Not going to need a pause, but that would have been a pretty unfortunate gank. There's the Iron Skin, going to deny the first stun. Zalgo Jack does manage to get away. They're pinging the boss, and they are going to go ahead and take it. Bottom lane, they're not going to be there in time to stop this take back. They are going to get 4 extra shots. I'm surprised they vacated the bottom lane so quickly. Alas, they put the core health of Vendetta down to 11. And now bottom lane is going to be completely claimed here by Vendetta. The flank is coming on through, but Tyrael did a good job of dissuading that rotation. And now Vendetta have the map control. Left side camp is going to be picked up here for Vendetta as well. We're looking at a double bottom lane alter phase next. Looking to move across for a fight here. Camp is already taken. Avina Quaker is slowed down. No engage going to be had here as our next alter phase is now activating. Bottom tower going down to half health before the defense team is in place. Johanna and Blaze still in the mid. There's a big combo. Champa Ford is going to be saved there by the Ancestral. Sappers are moving up to the line here. Jaina trying to clear these away. Squirrel able to jump in and get these cleared out, but look at this. Looks like we've got a simple trade here. Cyrus gets the channel before Indigo Zap gets in range. Zalgo Jack with the channel on the bottom side. It's a 5 for 3 there. So 19 to 8 is the core score. Blaze wants to move back and keep the soak up for level 20 if possible. Zalgo Jack peeling away as well, leaving it as a 4v4 down here in the bottom lane. Crown looking to get in position, just gets the wave clear. There's a combo onto Champa Ford, who warps away. Both teams very, very close to each other on the path to level 20 as well. It looks like the 7 rings are ever so slightly ahead in that regard. There's a slide combo into Tyrael. Tyrael could be in trouble here. Warps on back to safety once again. Champ of Horde doing a great job of knowing their outs here. Is this the last match of the night? Yes, this is game 3 of our best of 3 series for the night. Doing a pretty good job of defense here, but Vendetta is now going to be down level 20s. ETC looking for a big ol' flank on the backside. Indigo Zap is hearthing out. Oh, this could be a disaster. Indigo Zap is gone. Champa Ford, SCH, Danielson, they are trapped here under this structure. There's the slide. There is the stun. Johanna coming on through, trying to get the save, but Crown with a huge combo onto the back line. There's the one save on Davala, but Rhaegar cannot save themselves. Tour Bus is going to catch Tyrael. Jaina is going to go down here. Avina Quaker is low. Big gust from Indigo Zap as there goes the ETC. It's going to be a 2 for 2 as Indigo Zap made it back to the fight. Double altar phase is coming up next. If we get 2 channels from the side of the 7 rings, they could get this victory. But it looks like Falstad has the bottom side covered here for Vendetta. Indigo Zap, Zalgo Jack. Trying to delay this as long as possible. Root Beer Guy remaining in the area. Still a 3v3. Cyrus moves on forward. Falstad coming up from the bottom side, and it looks like the members of the 7 rings are just going to concede their position just a little bit. Tyrael is now back. Champa Ford trying to get the cutoff. There is the Heaven's Fury coming up from Zalgo Jack. Does not get the stun onto Squirrel, but there is the Condemn. Blaze is low, has to pop the bunker, but does survive. The hammers were swinging on it through, but Blaze avoids them. Zalgo Jack is going to ultimately get the channel here to bring the core score to 11-8. Camp Steal is completed by Vendetta as they look to claim the bottom tower once again. Champa Ford waiting out front here. There's the slide. Cyrus is going to turn around with some damage. Tyrael taking some hits. A squirrel jumps in, and Tyrael is executed. Tyrael goes down to the burst of Greymane. That's an important kill. 45 seconds without a tank for the side of Vendetta. They do have Johanna, and it is post 20, but they are down a critical member of their team here. Johanna, or Jaina, waiting for a flank. Danielson could be in trouble. Crown does not reveal the position. Moving around for an ultra flank now. Indigo Zap. They don't know. The Crown is up there. Boss is now on the map as well. Jaina gonna get the clear. It looks like they're just gonna go straight for Boss. Another Boss call on the side of the 7 rings, and Vendetta is gonna move straight down to the bottom lane. We're getting a lot closer to a victory here. 4 shots is half of the remaining core health of Vendetta, and they're going to move on to the top side. Champ of Horde moves away here. Bottom control is going to go over to the side of Vendetta, and that is where the next altar is. Top side is going to go down to make this a possible game-winning... Oh gosh, Squirrel has to step up and auto. There we go. Greymane forced to move away there. So we're back to 4-4. This altar is a win condition for the side of the 7 rings. They're a little bit behind in getting here, but we'll see if Cyrus and Avina Quaker can get the interrupt. There's the slide on through to Champ of Horde. The SCH is interrupted there as Blaze has to pop the bunker, and we're going to have a full-on fight here. Crown in the back line, turns it around, and Rhaegar is going to go down. Big Gust is sending 2 away, but Vala falls before Jaina. It's a 2-for-1 so far for the 7 rings, and if they can get this channel, it's going to be the game. Sanctification comes on out from Tyrael, but Falstad is still going to go down. Avina Quaker with the Torbus catches the Tyrael, and Tyrael is down. Now Johanna, the only one left on the side of Vendetta. 7 rings are going to look to wrap up this last kill. Zalgo Jack is slid and removed, and this is going to be game number 3 and the series going over to the 7 rings. And there it is. What a series, what a game. Very nicely played. Really, really cool game number 3 there. The lockdown potential, the flanks from Jaina of all characters, just doing serious work for the 7 rings all game long. Vendetta nearly had it by the end, but the team fight ultimately just a little bit too strong in the final moments, and the 7 rings completes the comeback. Really nicely done. Let's go over to the post-match, see what the stats can tell us. Indigo Zap with the nicest of damage. Bit over 69,000 there on the Falstad. Squirrel on the Greymane, 66,000 for the side of the 7 rings. Take a quick look at the talent screen here. As we update the score. And get ready for a post-game interview. Let's see if anyone's over there.
Yeah, sorry about that early cow-in thing. Not gonna lie. I play like trash. Not gonna lie.
No worries, Avina Quaker. Thank you very much for coming on and joining me. Congratulations on the 2-1. Very exciting series.
Yeah, was a pretty good series. Not gonna lie. We had some people that were helping us with the draft. We especially give thanks for that because we're kind of new, so we are still learning about competitive and the drafts, everything. So it was a pretty good series because we were like streaming. So like I think we played pretty well this one. And also the other guys were some of my good friends. So it was funny to rush them, right?
Absolutely. Very cool matchup indeed between some players that know each other quite a bit, which is awesome to see. Looking at the... How you doing, Crown? Welcome.
Hi, I'm good. So I heard we have an interview right now, right?
That's right. We're just going to chat a little bit about the match, so you get your thoughts a bit.
Okay.
Looking at the first 2 games of the series seemed pretty lopsided there. Infernal Shrines, Vendetta with a very high kill count, very good control. Game number 2,
Yeah.
Braxis holdout. It looked like 7 rings. You guys really turned it around there and just sort of gave them the business. Do you feel like there was just a drafting difference in between those 2 games, or was there a strategy difference?
I really think that like the 3 games were fine, the draft, but I really think that the first one we fucked it because we didn't got any burst to kill their tank. So like we were huge poke, but that doesn't even matter because like Diablo, you can just eat all damage and Rhaegar can heal that damage, and Hoger and Diva doesn't even care about that poke. So like I really think that. I mean, the draft was fine until we got Lunaris, because Lunar was definitely not the pick. But
Okay.
equally we didn't play that good, so it was kind of weird that first series. Not gonna lie.
Okay, so a little bit of a misstep there on Infernal Shrines to start off, but Braxis holdout, really, really nice turnaround there. Tell me about the Mephisto play. It's a hero that we see on Braxis sometimes. Sometimes it works out really well, and sometimes it doesn't. Was there what's the setup like to make Mephisto effective on Braxis?
Well, we were planning to take Mephisto at first. So like I was thinking about, okay, we're gonna look for the burst, right? I was thinking about, okay, we got Joanna, we got the Durance of Hate, we are gonna just burst everyone with the W plus and with the silence from Furion, right? And I was thinking about, well, I mean, they got Baron, Golden, and some like pretty squishy heroes, and also Baron didn't even go block on the 10. So like we were thinking like, oh, I mean, you can just go Q build and literally just burst them at late, right? So we just need to survive until late, and after the 16 we were like immortals. They couldn't do anything because we were pretty scaled at that point.
Yeah, I think the level 16 is a goal because before level 16, I can hardly do anything. But as you can see in the second match, after 16, the 2 roots from my R did a lot of. I mean, firstly, it had a good engagement, but most importantly is when I teleport to their face and I use a Q to trigger the extra damage on the W circle, which is gonna be enough damage to kill people.
Mm-hmm. It really showed there. I mean, just it seemed like a little bit of extra max distance turns of hates landing there onto multiple people, and then all of a sudden they were gone. Very nice combos executed there in game number 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Game number 3, very, very close, going right down to the end there.
Yeah, it is.
Full blow up comp on your side. Were you a little bit worried about how many defensives between Tyrael, Johanna, and Rhaegar were on the side of Vendetta, or did you feel like you just had enough to get through it?
Well, I mean, at first I was thinking that, okay, we just light Tyrael and we just perma burst him all the game, right? Well, then it's like, okay, I slide, but and then I die, right? Because literally just Johanna can just zone me, shoot me, and I'm way too dead because I didn't even go the block. So like that's why I died like 2 times, and then I just feed like 1 time that I tried to get a mosh, but it doesn't went that well. But at that point, literally, the unique thing that we had to wait is like, okay, in a moment that they are gonna be like, okay, silence it. Okay, so now Crown can just like W E and just perma burst them, and they cannot even do anything because they're silent. Unless the unique one that we fuck it is the one that we were gonna do that, but they got on Fallen Eastward, so they kind of mess it up there because they got on Fallen Eastward, but then Falstra just push us back to with the Ghost.
Yeah.
So like I think Vendetta got like pretty weird combos on that one because like Johanna was gonna get in and then Falstra just push us back with the Ghost. Like I think that happened twice. So that was more like kind of error from Vendetta than us. Not gonna lie. But I think the execution with Dinah and Sukov was made.
Yeah, their comp definitely a lot more reactive, a little bit. It was tougher to execute for sure, which, which defenses were going to come on through. We definitely saw some overlapping there. In terms of the map control, it seemed like you favored the boss control a couple times there, especially in the earlier game. Was the first time you went up and got the boss, was that more of a, we don't think that we can defend the bottom lane, so we're just going to get value elsewhere?
Oh,
Well, I think that we just got a little bit confused there because I mean we were like, okay, we were planning to kill Johanna, so like, okay, we didn't kill them, right? So we saw that they were just pushing bot, right? So like, well, they were pushing their fort bot to recover it. So like, it's
Mhm.
like, yo, we are not gonna even get there, right? So like, why not do
Okay.
free boss? We just trade like the boss for the when a fort. It's pretty fine
Okay,
because
so the
it's literally
the
4 free
gank
spots.
was the initial thing, and it just didn't work, and then it's like, okay, we can't get down there in time.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't literally it was not even the main reason why we did the bus. I mean, it's like, okay, we didn't got Johanna, right? So we just okay do the bus. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. I didn't, yeah. I was wondering whether it was you were going up there for the boss and found a Johanna, or if you're going up there for the Johanna and found the boss. But
No, it was actually that.
okay. The second boss, yeah, you bring it down, you bring the enemy core health down to 4, and you grab that
Mhm.
top fort to turn it into that final fight there.
Yep.
Did you feel confident moving into that final engage? It seemed like the team fights were definitely starting to go your way in the late game.
I
Yeah,
mean, on my perspective as a Jaina, I find it's very hard to do damage to their tanks because either Tyrael or Johanna, they have like a lot of self protection and even disengagement. So since 16, I started to make a flank on their backlines. As you can see, for the double route against Rhaegar and Vala, there I sacrificed myself just because they are the only targets I can deal the damage on with the root combo with Wintermute and the ICV. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got a huge combo there onto the back line, basically 2-for-1, and then able to wipe
and
up the rest of the team
especially
there.
yeah, especially after the 16 was pretty nasty because literally in the moment that they are silenced and he just needs to WE and they are rooted on the silence. So like,
Mhm.
as it is a huge burst, there's no way they can save them.
Was looking very well executed, getting the reverse sweep there to take the series. Very nicely done. Coming up
Mhm.
towards the end of the season here, I'm just wondering what's next for the 7 rings. I mean, we're sort of going to move into the
Well,
NGS off season. We've got other tournaments going on. What's sort of the next steps for your team?
Well, at least at this point, as I'm getting on vacation, I will try to look for more screams and everything. Not gonna lie, I mean, we have been a little bit sleepy these weeks because I'm usually the one that organizes everything. So I have not be I don't have that time to like start organizing everything, right? Because I am the one that organize everything. So like, if I organize the matches and then I just do screams and take everything, I just don't have time, right?
Hmm.
But now that I'm gonna have time, I think we're gonna start to a little practicing a little bit because I mean we still miss too much. So for that, I asked help for some people that can help us with draft, team acknowledge, and everything, right? Yeah, I mean I think we're scaling. It's fine. I mean, because this is the first time we're participating on NGS, I think it's pretty fine. Actually, it's like, okay, literally, it's the first time that we're going to be participating on NGS, and they literally just put us on the ROIC. And it's
it's
like,
it's definitely a tough one to start in, but getting a
it's
season or two
fine.
under your belt, I think you'll definitely begin to stabilize here and move up those ranks.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's fine, because literally, I mean, knowing that things helps you to improve your own gameplay or individually and also on team, right? So it's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
pretty good to know. Even if you lose, actually, losing is way more useful than winning,
yeah. I
actually.
mean, you get there's a lot more data points on what to improve on for next time, right?
Right?
Yep.
But very nicely done tonight. Reverse sweep 2-1 victory. Floor is yours for any final shout outs you'd like to make before we close out here.
I think I want to say something to my captain, which is we have to explore more comps and because our hero pool sometimes is kind of very limited.
Reduce it.
Yeah, I mean, because and our team has been swapped a few members, as you can know, like for Zeros and Sakatora, they just retired or somehow, we were getting used to the new members, and we have to explore the new. I mean, the bonding. I would call that. Yeah.
That's fine.
Alrighty. Well, crown. Avina, thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you again in the near future.
Thank you,
Yes.
Kushinator.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
My pleasure.
Have a good night.